Is she the drama or are people just making it up? We gonna find out in today's episode of Try Makeup with Karina. I'm a little crazy sometimes. Hey girlies, it's your girl back with another video. So for today's video, we're doing a video on the new Makeup by Mario. This is his new Ethereal Eyes Nature Palette. We are going to be doing 2 looks with this palette today. I'm also going to be doing some swatches for you guys. So yeah, if you're interested, then just stay tuned. If you're new here, my name is Karina. I do a lot of makeup related content. I love to review makeup. I love to try new makeup. I love to try. Okay, so my top 2 things is foundations and eyeshadow palettes. I don't know what it is about it. I just love to test and review both foundations and eyeshadow palettes. So that's gonna be like the majority of what you see on my channel. I feel like when it comes to like dedicated videos, I might throw in other stuff, but that's like the creme de la creme for me, okay? Like that's my middle mole, you know? I do also like to do chit chat, get ready with me's, hauls, anti-hauls, because sometimes we do need to de-influence each other, right? Yeah, anything makeup really. I love makeup, and I hope that we can share that together here. Please subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Please like the video also if you enjoy it, or just to show support. It really helps me out with the algorithm and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I know it's been a while since he dropped it, but you know what? I'm gonna take my time putting the videos out as I can because I'm a regular person and we're just enjoying makeup together, right? So I really wanted to do a dedicated video to this palette because this is Makeup by Mario. Like, Makeup by Mario is just so iconic to me. Not only has he been the makeup artist for Kim Kardashian for the longest time, but like his technique in makeup has always been so like signature. So yeah, I think he has a lot of wisdom and has a lot of years under his belt, so he knows what he's doing. So anyways, let's go ahead and unbox this. So I'm actually cheating because I've already unboxed it, but I always like to put stuff back in the box if I know I want to like do a whole dedicated video for it, because I did haul this in my Sephora haul that I have right here. I'll have that link if you haven't watched it, but go ahead and open it. So here is she, and honestly the packaging is very similar to his other palettes. I actually have both of them here with me. So this is the new one, and this is the 2 older ones that he has. A very similar packaging. I'm trying to see if it weighs any less. I can't really tell. I don't want to say yes or no either way because I might just be making it up. So let's go ahead and open it. So ta-da! At first, I was like not really sure if I wanted to purchase this because I feel like the tones are super similar to his first palette. This is the first one. So you can see very warm, but also very neutral. And he does have some cool tones in here. And then this is the Nature palette. So this one does lean a little bit more warm, and he has that green shade and this more of a like berry shade down here. Really cute colors in this new palette. But this is how they look side by side, just so you guys can see the difference there. And then I also have his Ethereal Eyes. This is his Moonlight palette. So this one is actually a lot more cooler tone, and you can definitely see the difference in both of these. But I just really like his brand and how he puts these together. I knew I would regret not picking it up if I didn't get it. So I think, and maybe this is like a really bad rule of thumb to follow, but for me, if I know I'm gonna regret not buying it, I buy it, because I think it's different to regret spending your money on something, because in most cases with makeup you can just return it if you don't like it, or if you just decide that you changed your mind about it. But with makeup, with certain releases, if it's limited edition, or sometimes you have to catch it on the restock because you took too late trying to figure out if you wanted it or not, and I'd rather just not feel that way. I've learned myself now that if I want it, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. And I do know that I'm very privileged to be able to purchase, you know, so much makeup, because the average person does not need this much makeup. But I hope that if you are in between, if you're still trying to decide if you want to purchase this for Christmas, purchase it for somebody, or purchase it for yourself, maybe this video can help you decide whether or not you want to spend your money on it. Because there was a little bit of, I feel like, talk of the town about the shimmers in this palette. There were some people saying that the shimmers were not as shimmery as they have been in his other palettes. So we're gonna see, because I feel like sometimes people on the internet just like to say stuff just to like be contrary, and maybe that's just me being crazy, but I don't know. I've seen videos of people saying both sides, so we're gonna see what it is today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the palette. I'm gonna go by row. So I'm gonna start here on this top row. This first shade is definitely more on the powdery side, but definitely has some shimmers in it. So I don't know if you'll see the shimmers there, but it has some. And then the next shade is one of those shimmery shades, but it feels a lot more creamier. Very pretty. This next shade is an olive green shimmer. Definitely more flat, but it does have that subtle shimmer in there. Okay. The next shade is a flat matte. It's almost like close to my skin color, so you can't really see it too much. Yeah, it's pretty close to my skin color, so there's that there. Also, if you hear noises in the background, I live with my in-laws. Me and my fiance moved in with them so that we can save money for either buying a house or building a house. We're not sure yet. Anyways, another story for another day, right? But if you hear noises, it's because we are in a multi-generational household right now. They're like doing some renovations downstairs. So do you guys like it when I show you guys as I'm swatching, or is it just better if I just show you guys the swatch? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out and learn my groove with reviewing palettes, especially with swatches, because I do genuinely enjoy to see swatches myself. So I would like to be able to show you guys that as well. So there's that brown shade. That shade is like the perfect transition, the perfect cool tone transition shade, if you ask me. I know I'm gonna use that a lot. I can already see myself. So far, I can definitely tell what the people were talking about when they said that the shimmers were a little bit more flat. Like they're still shimmery, but they're not as shimmery. And it really just depends if that's what you're looking for, because there are some shimmers that for the average person, maybe you don't want to be like a disco ball in the eyeballs, right? Maybe you just want like a subtle shimmer, and I think this will give you that like elegant nude sultry look. Okay, so it really just depends. I don't think they look bad because the shimmer is there for those shades that I'm referring to. So now I'm going to dig into this next green shimmer shade. We're gonna see what this looks like. Can you see the shimmers? Are the shimmers showing up on camera? I really hope you guys can see. Like I said, I'm still figuring out my way with swatches. And it's so crazy because this brown nude that I'm about to lay down, this one feels like it could be like clay from the earth. Not that it feels chunky or anything. I don't know how to describe it, but you can definitely tell that Mario did his homework to really show these shades and show them on the palette how they would appear in nature. So cool. And that's the fun thing about makeup. It's like this is also a form of art. Like he's an artist. Makeup by Mario is a makeup artist, and it's so cool to see people make things come to life. Definitely did back in a couple times for this last one. It's a deeper, richer, still cool toned brown. This next shimmer shade, so pretty. A little more. And also these kinds of swatches, I'm a little bit crooked, whatever. These kinds of swatches are only for optics really, because you'll never really be able to see how it'll perform until you actually put it on the eye. But I like to see swatches, so that's why I'm showing you guys. That's a really pretty maroonish shade. Very pretty. It's almost like a satin. It's not flat, so I want to say it's satin. I'm also learning my way with like some of these terms because some shadows will have a different finish. They're not just all flat mattes or shimmers or, you know, whatever the case might be. This last shadow is the rich dark brown shade. Wow. So pretty. So there you go. Those are the swatches. Those swatches there. I don't know if you can catch the shimmer on some of those. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wash that off my arm, and then we'll go ahead and really get into these eyes. Okay, so the eyes have been primed, and I did my eyebrows off camera. So for the eyes, I applied some concealer, and then I topped it off with a nude colored shadow, kind of close to my eyelid color. So now we're gonna go in with the palette. I'm gonna show you guys one more time what that looks like. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here that I mentioned earlier. I don't know what it is about about it, but I love the cool toneness of it. So I'm just gonna put that all over the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and take the sticky off of this mirror. I used to not care about mirrors coming in palettes until one time I was doing my makeup with a palette that didn't have a mirror in it, and I really felt the difference then. Then I realized that I actually do need a mirror in my palette. I don't need it, but obviously it's just, you know, more convenient. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the crease. The thing about Makeup by Mario shadows is that they're just so easy to blend. I also don't know what's going on with my eyelids, because usually I can put on concealer or something on top and it'll be kind of smooth, but the texture on my eyelids isn't what it usually is right now for whatever reason. And so if it looks a little like not as even all throughout, it's not because of the shadows, it's just because of my eyelids being weird right now. I'm gonna go in with this one first here in the corner. It's a more deeper brown shade, but I'm gonna put it in the outer corner just to see what that looks like. Just blend it inward. I wanted to see how deep it would look compared to that transition shade, and since it's not too deep, I'm gonna go in with that darker brown, this one right here. I think it's so cool that this is the only shadow that has the embossing in it that says by Mario. It's so like signature, you know, like this is my masterpiece by Mario, period. Cool, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush to pick up some of that brown shade, this one right here. Sometimes I feel like I go too far with the rich shades, so just try to work a little at a time so you're placing it exactly where you want it. I'm doing my eyes first so that after I put my foundation, everything will just blend. And sometimes when you do concealer, it'll like clean up the eye a little bit. I'm gonna go in with this shimmery one right here. I'm going with my finger. I think with these shimmers, I find that they just pick up the best with your finger. I'm gonna place it right there in the center of the eye and kind of into that rich shade, the rich brown shade. We're placing that right here. And it's okay to be a little messy. So I think the beauty sometimes these eye looks is that it's not super clean and like everything's placed exactly where you need it to be. That's why I gravitate more towards these kinds of looks versus like a cut crease. So now I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, and I'm gonna try and place that in the inner part of the eye. And since I have nails on, I'm probably not gonna be able to get into that corner. So I am gonna go in with a paddle brush. When I say paddle brush, it's ones that look like this. Typically these will pick up the eyeshadow the best, but it also depends on the material of that brush. So we're just gonna hope that this works. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit with this one too and try to pack that more in the inner corner. And I feel like that will really brighten up the look a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with this one and top it off a little bit more. We want that to be like the star of the show. Okay, so that's that eye. You guys see the shimmers? They are a little bit more on the subtle side, but they're still very pretty. I'm still trying to decide if they are in fact flatter than the other formula. I don't know yet, because I wonder if it just appears that way because of the colors that he chose to use for the shadows. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lashes, mascara and lashes on this eye. Okay, so that's what that looks like with mascara. Very cute. I think I'm gonna share my thoughts at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lash on here and then we'll get started on this eye. Okay, so that's what that looks like with the lash on. This is a little bit of a heavier lash, and if you asked me a few years ago if this was a heavier lash, I would have said no because it's a lot shorter and not as dense, but I really like it. If you guys like it, I'm gonna try my best to find it and link it for you guys. I'm not sure where I got it from because I've had it for a while, but I will try to find it for you guys because it is cute. These days, I've really been enjoying shorter lashes that aren't as thick. That way you can still see some of that eyeshadow. For this next one, I really want to use this green shadow. So I'm trying to see how we're gonna incorporate that. I'm gonna go in with this shade over here and we're gonna use that for the transition shade on this eye, and that one is a little bit more of a warmer tone, olivey toned nude, but perfect for the transition, I think. And now I'm gonna go in with this one in the corner here and use that to deepen up some of that outer part of the eye. Does that look right. When I do these smokier moments, I'm never really sure. We just try to make it work. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with that green shade, with this green shade. I'm gonna put that on the lid. And you know, now that I'm looking at it, I think I wanna add some of this burgundy shade and use that almost like as a transition right in between the brown and the green. I think it'll be a really cool gradient. And I'm gonna bring that in a little bit and I'm gonna blend the green on top. So that's that. And now for the inner, I'm gonna go in again with this shade, or try to go in again with this shade here. The green is so subtle. Honestly, now that I am doing my makeup with this, I think these palettes are perfect for your day-to-day person who likes to play with makeup but doesn't like to look too dramatic, you know? Like, you're not trying to look like the girls at MAC who have like the cut crease and doing all these things with their makeup. You just like to play with makeup, like the shimmers, but you don't want to be too loud. I think that's what this palette does. I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara on and then show you guys, and then we're gonna come back and wrap up our thoughts with this palette. Okay, so that's what that eye looks like there with just mascara. I think these shadows are definitely very wearable with mascara alone. Like I said, since the shadows with the shimmer aren't like super like wham bam in your face with glitter, I think it's like super wearable for your day-to-day with or without a lash. So you could just do mascara and I think this would be a beautiful eye look too. All right, so this is the completed look. This is the other eye with the eyelash. I don't know if you can see it too well. I'm trying my best. But I really like the eyeshadow palette. I think this is for the girls who like drama, but just a little bit. I don't know if I want to say that the formula is different from the other palettes because I definitely do see the shimmers still in there. I just think that the undertones are different. So those shimmers is just reflecting different against the different undertone of the shadow. If that makes sense. Still very pretty, beautiful shadows, beautiful shimmers. I think it's just a very wearable palette for either anybody who is looking for a lot of drama or just a little bit of drama. But I think definitely super wearable, definitely super like corporate baddie approved. You can do a little bit, not too much, or everywhere in between, you know? But yeah guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this style. I don't know why I've never tried doing 2 looks in one video. Please subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a big thumbs up. It really helped me out. And yeah guys, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.